about fucking time. What the fuck is up, y'all? This is Kreyz and McKormik up in this motherfucking bitch. And this is the Crazy House Car Show, basically. Swear to God, y'all, I've been trying to fucking go live since like 2:57, and it just kept on fucking circling and whatnot. Fucking stupid shit. So I had to kill off some RAM and do a little bit of quick cleaning, and here I am now. So right now we already got Dustin saying what up, Chris Stevens saying what up, Joseph Nilla, Maximum Overload, Snaps, Mac Hatchet, Michelle Salazar, what up homies? Oh, Captain Flannel. Now just remember, I am on the road, so do bear with, because chances are high that probably going to end up running into a bad connection or two. Especially since right now in Grand Rapids, we're doing our annual art prize convention thing. So there are people from all over the world that are taking up all of my fucking Verizon data, which might actually end up slowing some shit down. What up, Ryan? And what up, Psycho Scrub Clown? Y'all are up in the motherfucking chat. And I'm pretty sure that there's some other people that are out there that are fucking bouncing around, floating, wondering what the fuck is going on. Yeah, I saw that, Captain Flannel. CPN and Beastmaster holding up their FBI listens to Nickelback sign on fucking Samantha Bee. I saw that clip. Guido actually showed a still shot of it and posted it up on fucking Facebook. I thought it was hilarious. That's basically all he did. Maximum. That's all Chuck did last night with his little 6-hour thing. I thought it was supposed to be like, you know, awareness for Freaky P or some shit like that. Yeah, Ryan, I saw that picture too. Yeah, I thought that he was doing the live stream to support Freaky P because Freaky P lost everything in a house fire. Or at least that's the fucking story. Yeah, I ended up getting up in there after CPN's show was done. I figured I'd go over there because I had nothing better to do with the rest of my night. So I fucking went over on Chuck's stream and I saw what everybody was doing. I saw what he was doing towards the tail end of the shit. Really, Maximum? He actually went that far. See, here's the problem now that Chuck doesn't seem to understand when it concerns shit over the internet. What happens on the internet should stay on the internet. Now, if you start bringing shit into personal life, that's when shit's gonna start getting really fucked up. See, I think what it is, you know, he saw you in CPN's background when y'all went live stream before the march, and his heart got broken because now he can't be with his crush. What up, Draven? I'm actually on my way to go pick up my kids from school. I'm probably going to park somewhere so I can smoke this cigarette, and the kids don't get out for like another 20 minutes. So, yeah, basically, I would say Joseph Nilla is correct. Chuck is only upset because Maximum Overload decided to no longer pay his child support, as if that money was going to go towards his children anyways, because, you know, Hemp Fest. Yeah, that's the story going around the men, Snaps. Chuck is 5'2". And of course, as we all know, you know, Uncle Paulie didn't allow him to fucking go to the march. He's like, no, you're gonna go and fucking do this weed bash thing. Because, you know, blah, blah, blah. Graven, there is a live stream that Carnival Spirits did. A good portion of us ended up going up on there talking about the march. I wasn't able to go on live stream. I was too busy tending to family and my cigarette habit. So, yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get up on there. But I was in the chat and I was talking. To be totally honest, the fucking march was definitely a fucking once-in-a-lifetime experience. Wait, Becklin's in the chat? I didn't see... I was looking around, you know, because I have to fucking be driving and shit. But nevertheless, the march was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You know, I don't think we'll ever be able to see shit like that ever fucking again. And as far as I'm concerned, I think that us being there and actually being able to be compatible with both Antifa and the More rally, and on top of that, we were incredibly peaceful people. And that, like, all of that shit did not cause any bad shit to go down. So all in all, I would have to say that, yeah, the march was a success. But at the same time, Psycho Scrub Clown, you got a point, and Black Lives Matter were also there in full effect. Now, one thing I do have to say is that while I do believe that the march was actually a success, in the success, which some fucking idiots just don't seem to understand, is that our voices were heard by the public. People were coming up to me and Max, Mr. Mackenhose, CPN, everybody in our crew, and was asking us questions about what the fuck was going on. And we explained it, articulate, and you know, it actually got the message across. People were appalled by the fact that the FBI, our local government, would actually do something like that to a fan base of music. What up, Viva La 70s? So, the point of the march really was to address awareness of everything that was going on, and it worked. Now, that does not necessarily mean that the march is the end-all be-all. ICP still has a fucking, has another, fucking court case coming up soon over this march shit. And any time that I have had a customer ask me, you know, how things are going and shit, somehow, in some way, the march is brought up, and I explained to them what it was for and why I was there, and that's the way I look at it. Yes, the march was a success, but I think that's only the stepping stone of what we've got going on. As a matter of fact, earlier today, I ended up picking up somebody, and I actually talked to them about the march and everything. The funniest thing to me was that she ended up saying that her respect for Juggalos has grown since she found out that, you know, we want, you know, we're not in favor of Nazis, like we oppose the Nazis. Of course, the first thing that I ended up thinking was, where the fuck have you been for the last 25 years? But I also explained to her it wasn't necessarily like we were going after Nazis and that's what this march was about. This march was planned for a whole year. And, you know, like, we all knew exactly what we were there for. Sure, you know, there were people that were yelling, "Show us your butthole." And sure, there were, you know, chants involving the music, and we all know that the music is crass and violent, and sometimes it can be quite misogynistic. But the fact of the matter is that we were there and we were unified. We were doing all the chants that we all fucking know, and we also included a new one: "We are not a gang, and you can suck my wang." I like that chant. Like, that chant was actually very fucking cool. And I honestly have to say, you know, thank you for the props for everybody out there telling me, you know, that I went out there representing the hatchet and everything. And I thank everybody out there who weren't able to go, but were able to show support in one way or another, whether it be making a YouTube video, making it anything as simple as a fucking tweet. You know, showing their support. That was our solidarity. As a matter of fact, we even have outsiders that are going to be showing their support as well, probably except Nickelback. And this support is actually coming from one of D. Snyder. of Twisted Sister, as we all know. D. Snyder actually posted a tweet, and on top of that, he's going to be on the Cypher. Before I continue along, though, I will go ahead and do the shameless plug and let y'all know that Super Chat is available. It's not recommended, but it is. Obviously, it's going to be, I'll be thankful if you do that. The proceeds are basically going to be going into trying to get me better equipment, so that way I don't have to do this in my car all the fucking time. And also, I believe I have a link for my t-shirt at the bottom. So if you want to get a Kreyz McKormik t-shirt, who doesn't want a fucking t-shirt? So click the link, try to fucking ended up with a whole bunch of shit when it concerns ideas for more stuff. So I'm actually thinking about making a couple more t-shirts. Probably nothing as cool as my Dragon t-shirt, but there's definitely going to be something there that I want to fucking do. Especially when it concerns some of the... Alright, sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, it looks like I'm sitting in a spot with a very bad connection. It was working fine, but, let's see. Sanitized said, appreciated you acknowledging the misogyny of the music. I wish there was not so much of it, as it undercuts the Juggalo love of message and acceptance. Not necessarily. I mean, to be totally honest, Sanitized, when it concerns like, we all know what the fucking basic message of Psychopathic's music is, but at the same time, they're clowns, and when it concerns the misogyny, I honestly have to say, all it is just them fooling. That's all it really is. The same thing with somebody of the likes of CPN, who has had times where he has done stints of disrespecting women and saying women are things and stuff like that. I know for a fact that it's not 100% real. Oh hell yeah, Becklin, that's the shit. Let's see, have a contest, best art gets made a t-shirt. I'm not sure about that, Snaps. I mean, I've got a couple of good ideas about some t-shirts that I want to get made. One of them that I might as well share it with you, because I don't think it's really going to mean much if somebody decides to try to fucking copy it, but I definitely need to get a t-shirt made that says hashtag show us your butthole. I really want to get that shirt made. That would be the shit. Like, that would be the ultimate in shirt. Let's see. Yeah, maximum overload. That's basically what the super chat is supposed to be for. I don't really want to use the super chat as a terms to try to line my own pockets or anything like that. The only thing that I really want it for is just if somebody decides to throw me a bone or two, then every little bit helps, and that actually could possibly get me a better laptop or a computer or anything or something to that effect. That type of shit. No, I'm not gonna use Chris. I'm not gonna use Stop the Nickelbackery. That's not my line. But I think that it would be the shit to have a Show Me Your Butthole t-shirt. Oh yeah, Ryan, I'm sure you'd like that if I threw you a boner. You are a smart guy, way more real than most I've seen. He says you're a family man too, so props for keeping the earth fulfilled. Thank you, Spooks R Us. I really do appreciate that. What am I trying to get? First and foremost, the one thing that I'm actually trying to get is I actually want to try to get an Alienware computer, possibly just a desktop. I don't really need to get a like a monitor or anything like that. I can just hook it up to my TV and then I'd be able to use it that way. And then like over the course of time, I do need to get a capture card, and then I'm going to start trying to play older games and stuff like that for my gaming channel. I don't have a PC. I mean, the closest that I have to one is a laptop, and that's a Windows 8, so it's heavily outdated. Like, I want to definitely get on that Windows 11, boy. Yeah, I know. Seriously, like, I've been doing YouTube for so long, and it's been so long since I've had an actual fucking computer. As of right now, Nimbus, the games that I'm playing are older ones. So far, my gaming channel only has, like, WWE 2K17, and it also has, let's see, Final Fantasy VII, and I actually want to get, that fucking Mega Man game where it shows like the first 6 Mega Man games, and then they've got the other one that has Mega Man 7 to 10. Oh hell yeah, dude. Yeah. All right, catch you later, Mac. Dude, Static, Final Fantasy has been my shit for a long fucking time. I've always been a fan of the Final Fantasy series. Yeah, Maximum, if you're willing to help out and throw a couple bones my way, believe me, the way that I've been doing things, time is not like limited or anything like that. I've been doing YouTube shit with just my phone for the last few years. And what up, Tuna? And yeah, that's basically what it's been getting down to, is just me using my phone. Like the last few, like the last few like months, I guess, of me making videos and stuff, even the ones that I've compiled shit and edited everything, it's actually been just on my phone. As a matter of fact, I'm using my phone just to do this live stream as of right now, which I think that one's a little bit more of an obvious one. But still, nevertheless, like, I do want to eventually start building and actually get, I actually want to get an actual computer and start using, like, live stream software with it and game on it as well. Like, that's the major progress right now. And unfortunately, though, with the way that things are going, like this whole shit with the fucking March left me broke again, just like it did back when I was doing back when I went to the con. The con, I was heavily underprepared for any money. I actually had to borrow like $400 from 2 different people. So that's like $200 each just to get that, and I had to pay them off. And then I spent the entire summer trying to get my my bank account back into black ink. And then came Wheatland, which is like a bluegrass festival up north Michigan. And then the week after, the March. And so both of those at the same time rendered me absolutely fucking broke. But as of right now, I actually have the idea of what I want to do in order to get things back in order, so that way I can save money and not have to worry about whether or not I have to use cash that I've just recently acquired in order to get that shit. Should have went to the poo grass, Mac. No, dude, as much as I need money, I'm not Juggalo. Juggalo found $3 in horse shit, and he picked them fuckers up and put them in a sandwich baggie and saved them for later. And then when he got home, he washed off the fucking money. It's like, that is some proud Jewish shit right there. And yeah, Juggalo, if you don't know Juggalo from Twitter, Juggalo is fucking Jewish, but he's cool as fuck. I love that dude. That dude was actually a very cool guy. And it was fun hanging out with him along with everybody else. But, like, nevertheless, you went to the March with 300 and made it home with 80, and that's just gas, food, and parking. See, like, with me, like, I had, I spent every day that week before, prior to the March, I drove for Uber and Lyft and Grubhub. I went from 7 in the morning until midnight from Monday to Thursday. So I was sleeping like a motherfucker by the time I got to the hotel, and all of the fucking energy that we had there died down, and I was just like just died on the fucking I just died on the fucking bed to a point where I actually could not fucking have any form of brain function except for thinking about the march until like probably Tuesday. So yeah, as of right now, the march really left me in fucking dire straits. So as of right now, I'm trying to work my way through and try to get both of my bank accounts back into the positive. Now, one thing though that I did actually want to fucking talk about when it concerns the shit that happened with me this week. I wish I honestly thought about this last year around the time that the march was going down, because that would have really saved my ass. And I'm actually going to share this idea with everybody. Basically what it is I do two different things a year. After the DCG con, I was like, if they're definitely going to be redoing, like they're going to do a second annual DCG con, and I definitely want to go to that. Like, me and my girlfriend having the experience at the DCG con was worth me being in the negative for the entire fucking summer. And then on top of that, every year we go to Wheatland. So what we decided is that we're going to actually start putting money aside. And let's see, you're literally the twin of one of my friends. I thought you were him before I knew you. Yeah, dude, you have no idea how many times I hear that kind of thing from other ninjas. There are so many ninjas out there that actually think that I'm like Monoxide's doppelganger, but I could really give a fuck about that. So anyways, this is what I plan to do. Recently, I started getting into micro investing because I have 3 kids, and those kids are going to need cars. Those kids are going to need college. And on top of that, I can't do rideshare forever. You know what I'm saying? I think the rideshare job is probably just like a limited thing, and and the only thing that I'll probably be able to do later in life is maybe Grubhub, because I really like doing the independent job thing. So I started getting into micro investing, so that way I have money that's set for my kids when they need cars, and money set for me when I decide to retire. And that's going to be like 30 years. So this is a 30-year investment. So I started using Stash. And what I did with Stash is I put $5 a week going into every single one of those fucking things. And that way it's $5 in each motherfucker, and I don't have to worry about it. You know, if it goes up, it goes up. If it goes down, it goes down. But either way, the money is just stagnant. And what I decided to do is I ended up taking one of those portfolios, and I started investing $50 a week into this type of thing. Now, since I do rideshare and I do Grubhub, I can go on and off at any time that I want, which means that I can make as much money as I want within the time allotted. Now, the minimum that I need in order to pay my bills is $420 just for my bills. The other, my girlfriend, she also does Uber and Lyft, so she also can do Uber and make as much money as she wants as she comes and goes as she pleases as well. So I make half. That's $420, and then she makes half, $420, so that's $840 in the household every week, almost $1,000. Now, I know that there are some ninjas that are out there that do, they do have their lives and stuff like that, But the way that I look at it, you know, any job that you have, you can always do ride share and still try to make a little bit of extra money. Especially if you're trying to make $50 and you're only you don't live too far away from a major city. You can always just drive around at any given time, specifically the weekend. You could probably do that and make $50 in less than a day. So the idea basically is to earn that $420, and then after that you get that extra 50 and you put it into a separate bank account. Now that separate bank account is meant to make it so that way you have that money automatically go into stash. And so every week, boom, 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 $50 is being saved. Now, there's 52 weeks in a year, which means that there is like $2,600 that you will be saving for gathering or whatever else it is that you plan on doing for the year. I was infused with the spirit of Techno Viking. That's funny. I might as well go ahead and say this because I think this should be another t-shirt. I don't care who makes it. CPN is my spirit animal. And then have like a picture of CPN with like tiger arms. That would be the shit. Now, back to what I was saying. So my intention, as of right now, I have one investment that's only doing $50, and then like 5 other investments that have $5 a week going into it. Maybe once I get things taken care of later, then I'll probably end up putting more money into it, into one of those smaller investments. But $50 a week is the one that I want, because it's like $200 for a gathering ticket, and I want to take my girlfriend with me the next time that the gathering comes up. So that's $400. And then my idea is that I'm probably going to need about $1,000 for gas, food, merch, whatever expenditures that I need. I'm probably going to need about $1,000 in order to get that. $1,400. Then we have the DCG Con. Each ticket was like $40, so let's just say that's $100 for a ticket for me and a ticket for my girlfriend. And then we want like $500 that's going to be spent on other shit. And yeah, I keep on seeing that Maximum Overload is suggesting Trade Hero to me. I'll check that out. Yeah, and I'll talk to Ryan. I'll ask him if he can give me your number. So back to what I was saying though, like that right there, $1,400, that's going to be about like $30 a week that I would need to put in. And then I need like for $600 to do the DCG Con again for gas, food, merch, you know, whatever, plus the tickets. And then on top of that, Wheatland is also about $80 to $85 a ticket. And my girlfriend has a deal with her parents where she gets her Wheatland ticket for like a combo birthday Christmas thing. So she doesn't get anything for her birthday, she doesn't get anything for Christmas from her parents. Instead, she ends up getting her Wheatland ticket. So that's worth $100. So there's my $100 and still $500 for us to go with gas, food, and merchandise. So altogether, that's about $2,400 altogether that we need to spend on all of these vacations, these 3 major vacations that we do. And so like that would be actually an extra $200 if we rounded it up and put in $50 a week. So if you actually do that, on top of it, you're using stash, which is micro investing. And if you just keep on letting shit go in there, then the percentage is going to raise that amount of money that you're putting in. And you know, it might be something as small as like $10 or something like that after the whole year or something. But nevertheless, it's going to be at least some money that you'll be willing to put in. Now, the way that I see it is that they actually make it very difficult for you to pull money out of that motherfucker. So so it probably takes like 5 to 10 business days for all of that money that you need to pull out to go into the bank, into whatever bank account you have attached to it. So what my plan is that I have my secondary bank account, which is going to have at least the money that I need in order to pull that money out. So I'll probably need at most $1,000 in that other bank account at the time that I need to pull out that money. And then that way I can buy the tickets and then the money gets pulled out. And then I've got the money for when I go to the gathering, and then while I'm at the gathering, the money is being transactioned back into my fucking bank account, and then I'll have $1,000 right then and there once I get back home, and I don't have to worry about using my debit card. So that was an idea that I was actually working with, and I thought that this was actually pretty fucking cool of an idea. I ran it by with my girlfriend, and that's basically, she was actually cool with it. Okay, Michael J saying, why is Chuck a bigger story than ABK? Dissing on him for being a hater when you don't touch the ABK subject because it might not paint ICP in the bright light is just as weak as anything he does. I'm gonna actually have to quote Evil Tracy on this one, as I did on Facebook. ABK is not on psychopathic side, he's not on M&E's side. He's on the side of music, and that's all he cares about, is doing that shit and making a family. Like keeping his home. That I can respect. So whatever he fucking does, I don't care. As a matter of fact, ABK really doesn't have that much to care about ever since Dirty History. Like, when he came out with Mudface, I was like, what the fuck is this? Medicine Bag was kind of and he's been sitting on that fucking other album for God knows how long. Now, when it concerns Chuck is constantly saying, oh, I'm going to the march, I'm going to the march, I'm going to be going to the march. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be at the march holding a sign that says, this is stupid, and I'm going to stand it right in front of ICP. And then when it comes down to the wire, Chuck's pulling out. And then at the exact same weekend as the march, where he fucking kind of threw it up in the air as to whether or not he was actually gonna go, you see him at some fucking hemp fest in Boston after all that shit he fucking talked. What shit did ABK fucking talk? That's the fact of the matter. Chuck bitched out of DC on the reveal. Chuck bitched out because of the reveal of who Raya was riding with. And on top of that, I'm pretty sure that he heard that Mr. McInhoe was going to be there too. That's just my speculation, though. But after seeing Mr. McInhoe in real life, I was like, God damn, it's no wonder why Chuck didn't show. I mean, in all honesty, we had no problem with Chuck actually even being at the Holiday Inn that we were staying at. All of us fucking said that it would have been cool for him to fucking be there, smoke him down, get a couple drinks in, get to know the real Chuck Reeves, and not this fucking kayfabe bullshit that we've actually gotten to know. And as a matter of fact, because of that shit, all I can say is I think that it's no kayfabe. Like, dude is seriously a fucking heel. Like, he's a heel. Like, when he first came in, he was kind of a tweener, but now he's a straight fucking heel. So, should people be hating on ABK for not showing up? I would say more along the lines of disappointed, because of the fact that he just happens to be on the fucking label. He is a businessman. Now, Chuck, on the other hand, is just a fucking regular guy who has gotten under the skin of a lot of fucking people, and he can't seem to fucking back up the bullshit he spews out of his fucking piss flaps. Yeah, and so basically because of that, team no-show. Joseph Nilla says that he wants to make Chuck's beard pregnant. That's funny. It'd basically be like a ginger cousin It. That'd be the shit. No, because if you hear what happened, his can still isn't fixed because of the bounced check from Cy. Yeah. So he didn't stay home. He couldn't get there. All right, right on. Yeah. So now, here's another thing too that some people have been posting up. And I saw this on Facebook. It was basically the fact that some ninjas that went to the march have actually been kind of talking jive afterwards and saying that anybody who didn't show, basically they ain't worth shit. And I guess that pissed off a couple of people. Now, I don't know where this is coming from, probably YouTube, but the way that I look at it, and I said this in my last shit, and I say it again, and that is the fact that I have nothing but love for everybody who went to the fucking march, and those who weren't able to go and did show their support in one way, shape, or another, whether it be a fucking YouTube video, even if it was as small as a tweet, you know, showing their support for everybody that was participating at the march. They get my love. But the people who have been talking shit since the March announcement at last year's gathering seminar, all the way until current time, where people, even after the march, are still talking shit about it, they don't get my love. Those motherfuckers are just here for the ride, as far as I'm concerned. And those people don't even deserve to be holding the fucking hatchet banner. You know, hate CPN if you want and shit like that, but he was there. He was at the fucking march. He was doing his best for whatever it was going on in the march, for not just the Juggalos, but for everybody that is into music. People who are fans of music. And that's basically all the march was about, was the fact that if the Juggalos are the first ones and nobody does anything about it, then who's not to say that your favorite band is next and that they're going to be the one that's going? No, you're not, Mac and Hose. You're a fucking hardcore thug killer. And if Chuck Reeves came into the fucking fray, I'm sure that you would have just wailed on his ass. Put him in the fucking corner of FEMA and made him tell everybody how much of a bitch he is. You know, just grab him by the ear and just be like, say you're a bitch, say it. And as he's crying, I'm a bitch. Nah, I'm fucking with you, Mac. Now, Mac is a cool guy. It's just, you know, he's actually a pretty cool dude. He's a troll from time to time, but yeah. Blue is the male version of Fair Whisper. Now, you know what? Honestly, I'm starting to think that when it concerns Blue is Chuck Reeves' spirit animal. That's pretty much what it is. And ever since this, you know, the whole plot twist that didn't fucking have a fucking twist in it at any given point in time, I honestly gotta say that people have just been analyzing Chuck, just like Maximum Overload did, and basically just found out how much of a fucking bitch he is. Oh, dude, Maximum Overload, you went back to Texas to go to that chicken shack, didn't you? I think you ended up saying that. Chuck is scary, and he justified him being with a 24-year-old man fucking with a 16-year-old, because consent. What a weirdo. Oh, that was Rudy's barbecue. Now, the one thing that I thought it was funny that some people ended up trying to talk shit about the fact that Rudy wasn't there, despite the fact that his diabetes got the best of him and he had to undergo surgery because of it. You know, because Rudy lost his fucking vision. You know, so like some people were talking shit about that. And then in comes DJ Carlito to read the shit that Rudy was going to say. Which from time to time, as I was listening to DJ Carlito, it seriously sounded as if it was Rudy fucking speaking the shit for real. It's like, I almost forgot that Rudy wasn't there. Yeah, that's Rudy's son, DJ Carlito. Oh, yeah. Dude, on the edge of, let's see, when I was on my way home, me and my girlfriend stopped at an Exxon gas station that had a small chicken shack attached to it and was also kind of like a fucking tourist trap because they had a bunch of tourist shit over there. Very fucking rednecky as hell. But they had some chicken that was awesome as hell. We got like a 6-piece of chicken, a bunch of potato wedges, and then on top of that, they were also passing sides of sriracha infused horseradish sauce, and we fucking smashed. Like that sriracha horseradish sauce was the bomb. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I need to get myself a bottle of sriracha and a fucking shit ton of horseradish so I can mix the shit together. Oh my god, it was the whip. Best fucking, like, that's even better than McDonald's sweet and sour sauce. Now, I don't know how McDonald's has going on with their sriracha burger, but I bet you that sriracha was better than that. And check it out, man, we got Shawnzy in the house. Shawnzy's fucking saying yo, and that's about it. Is it like he's fucking Razor Ramon or some shit? Hey, yo. James Coffin is getting hungry because of us talking about the fucking chicken. But yeah, dude, that fucking chicken was chronic. Like, you get a good mixture of that chicken and the sriracha, and the chicken wasn't even dry. Like, that was the beauty of it. The chicken tenders weren't even dry. Breaded pretty well, too. Like, those people in the South know how to fucking put it down. And I know it was technically, like, the southern area because I was being called y'all. Chat is fucking blowing up, man. Yeah, Shawnzy is like a water-headed Razor Ramon. I don't know how that works, but... Oh, wait, that's right, because Razor Ramon used to be an alcoholic. Yeah. I ain't talking shit on NWO, son. I'm NWO for life. Have been since fucking NWO came out, because I'm a motherfucking Hulkamaniac. Oh shit, rumble strip. Breaded chicken, yeah. Oh yeah, and then on top of that, like, you know what we ended up having for dinner yesterday, kids? What did we have for dinner yesterday? KFC. Yeah, what from KFC? Chicken. And we had more chicken. Like, fuck it, man. Dude, when Wolfpack came about, like, when Wolfpack, like, sectioned off into a faction, I honestly had to follow the Wolfpack, because those were the cool motherfuckers. Like, those were the cool dudes. And not to mention, they had Sting on the set. Like just watching WCW through the whole NWO thing, and then Sting ended up going through that whole Crow phase. Like, I earned so much respect for fucking Sting. And Sting actually was very fucking entertaining, especially when he ended up going to the NWO to be a part of the Wolfpack. Like, that was dope. Yeah, that was, like, McInhose is right. Like, that was actually the first time that any of the motherfuckers on YouTube, like,
you know, some of the big names, I guess I could say, for lack of a better term, had actually met me in real life. It was weird because mainly, like, anytime that I went to a gathering, they weren't going to the gathering, or vice versa. You know, like, they would go to the gathering and I wouldn't have the money for it and shit like that. But I was like, man, I have to jump at this fucking opportunity because I know that I'm going to be meeting some motherfuckers. CPN ended up solidifying that when, after I thought about that, I had thought about doing that shit, and he's like, I'm going to be there. I'm like, fuck yeah. Now it's official. Ain't nothing gonna stop me from going to this gathering. I don't give a fuck who says what. But it was cool seeing everybody that I had met. Mr. McInhoe's Maximum Overload, Sister Hatchet, CPN, Jiggy Low. I even bumped into Coma Black at one point. And Ryan Johnson. Saw you too. You fucking threw water at me, and I called you out on that because I was like, motherfucker, that ain't Fago. And he's like, I don't give a fuck. It's like, yeah, that's water, that ain't Fago, you're fake news. Don't judge me. Which, by the way, Ryan, I did have, like, I still had a couple of cans of Fago in my backpack. I think out of everybody, yeah, out of everybody in my fucking crew, I was the only one that brought fucking Fago. I thought ahead. But I understand, you know, like, some of y'all motherfuckers just aren't able to get Fago. So, you know, it is what it is. It's cool. So I was like, okay, how many cases do you think is going to be enough? 3? And yes, 3 was actually enough, but I just wasn't able to fit enough into my backpack for that day. Because, like, right as ICP was starting their set, everybody got thirsty. And we were all out of Fago, and we were all out of water. And then one other thing that I had also forgot was the fact that there was ice in my backpack. And it didn't click in my head that I could have given CPN some of my ice in order for him to fucking... you know, keep the swelling down on his foot. And he's just like, dude, I'm going to fucking kill you, Crazy. Like, that is the honest truth. I'm going to fucking kill you. You had ice this entire fucking time? I'm like, yeah, my bad. No, actually, Ryan, I don't think it was you that fucked it up. It was when I was doing a live stream at the hotel the night before the march, and Cuck Reeves fucking infiltrated my live stream. And then CPN came back and he fucked his foot up in the process. I blame Cuck Reeves for fucking up CPN's foot. And, you know, I'm sure that there's a reason why we ended up having that fucking chant while we were marching. Dude, James Coffin, I swear to God, Ultimate Warrior was fucked up. Like, did anybody understand what the fuck he was saying in any of his promos? Like, the shit that he was fucking saying seriously sounded like he took some shrooms. What about my Kiwi Ninjas, the Bushwhackers? The fucking sheep herders, dude? Dude, I loved the fucking Bushwhackers. See, Becklin knows what's up. Ultimate Warrior was crazy for real. Like, when we saw that acceptance speech at the fucking WWE Hall of Fame, that was Jim Hellwig. It was Jim Hellwig until he put on that Ultimate Warrior mask, and then we saw the Ultimate Warrior. So, yeah, as of right now, NZ has Xena Warrior Princess, the Bushwhackers, and the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, to his credit, I guess, for being from New Zealand. You know what's funny though is like actually I wouldn't even say this is funny, this is sad. The Bushwhackers, when they were in the WWF, man, they were treated like shit. Like, didn't even get a fucking chance at the WWF titles, the tag titles. But in New Zealand, man, like, I seen footage of the Bushwhackers, and those motherfuckers were hardcore as shit. Like, those motherfuckers were doing backyard fucking death matches and shit. And those motherfuckers knew how to wrestle. Like, it's just sad to see that, you know, like, Bushwhacker Luke comes into the ring at the Royal Rumble, and then 2 seconds later, he's right back over the top rope and out. And then what does he do as he's walking away? He fucking does the Bushwhacker walk after he got thrown over the top rope of the Royal Rumble. Like, the fuck? So, okay, guys. It's about that time. I am approaching my house right now. You got to remember, I'm grounded still. So, I'm about to pull up to my house. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. It was great talking with everybody, and yeah, much love goes out to everybody in the chat, everybody that is watching right now, all the likes. Show some love. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Ryan. I am not George the Animal Steel. I was at WrestleMania 3, Becklin, but I was only like 3 or 4 years old at the time. I remember being in the bleed sections and seeing the big black ant getting picked up by the little yellow ant. Like, that's how fucking high I was at the Pontiac Silverdome. But, yeah, I'm out this bitch. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and all of that other good shit. So, deuces.